AmogOS 16 virus. So it didn't work. I mean, let me just try again and see if this time it'll work. Like, apart from frame lag, who are believed to be imposters. Welcome back to the Tried YouTube channel. If you're new, I like to review operating systems, including those suggested by viewers. And the way I do this is usually by taking them and trying to complete a 10-point series of tasks called the Tried YouTube channel operating system task list. The 10 tasks in this list are: number 1, get a graphical system running; number 2, change the resolution; number 3, program FizzBuzz, compile and run it; number 4, install a new program; number 5, run a game; number 6, browse the internet; number 7, explore what makes it special; number 8, power off and reboot; number 9, check the style; and number 10, destroy the sucker. And you guys suggested that I check out the operating system AmogOS or AmogOS using this rubric. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I had a very fun experience with this operating system and I hope to share that with you guys. Without further ado, let's get into it. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, I have a Discord. Alright, so here is AmogOS website. Obviously, it is based on Among Us. AmogOS project, all suspiciousness reserved. Okay, so there's apparently a sus OS for a sus computer, so that is obviously a play on ASUS. There are 4 tabs here. Let's click install, I guess. Okay, these are just installation instructions. So on the about page, about AmogOS, watch me explain why this OS is not an imposter. Okay, so this is a customized meme OS inspired by a Reddit post, initially made for the Raspberry Pi, but apparently it is now based on Debian as well, so that's good. We'll be able to install it on a normal x86 virtual machine, as we always do. Donate page. If you guys like this project, maybe you want to go donate to it. But if we go back to the home page, we can see it's very minimal. Let's just click the download button and not waste any time. By downloading AmogOS, you have severely increased the chance of being affected by the deadly AmogOS 16 virus. Wow, they have an anime mascot? I understand some operating systems do have, you know, anime character mascots sometimes, but why AmogOS of all things, why would that have one? Like, you just have the crewmate from Among Us, right? So I guess we get the x86 64 version. Okay, I get... Are you kidding me? Right, I did quit out of that. That is a little, yeah, it's definitely of its time. Alright, there we go. It's finished downloading. So let's hop into virt-manager real quick and see if we can get this installed. So as always, here we are in virt-manager. Let's click new virtual machine. How would you like to install this? Well, local install media as always. We have just downloaded it. And there we go. I have selected the ISO image. Honestly, we'll put it on generic Linux, like 2022, I suppose. How much memory and CPU settings? Well, we'll just give it like 8 CPUs for SMP or symmetric multiprocessing. And for memory, I don't know, we'll give it like 8192, so that's 8 gigabytes of memory. Alright, enable storage for this virtual machine, and yeah, we'll create like a 20 gigabyte virtual disk for it, because, you know, usually Linux distros don't really require all that much storage space. And finally, as always, we will call it AmogOS. And now when we finish, it should launch. So here we go, it's starting up, and yes, run AmogOS live USB or file persistence. I guess we'll put file persistence because we did give it a virtual hard drive, so it should be able to access that. Alright, it's launching up. Yeah, and here's the crewmate wallpaper with AmogOS in the bottom right. Actually, the system time is not showing correctly. The date is accurate, but I think maybe the time zone is misconfigured. Probably it like assumes a US time zone by default, like EST or PST or something, but that's not what I'm using. And with that, however, I think we can safely say that we have gotten a graphical system running. Now we can move on to task number 2 of the task list, which is to change the resolution. Where are the settings on this? If I just click this little start icon, maybe I can find settings, monitor settings. So yeah, resolution. Can I put this on 1920 by 1080? Why does it give me these really high resolutions? Like, my monitor is 1920 by 1080. Does anyone know why it supports this? If you know what that's all about, then you know, leave that in the comments below. I'm not sure for now, but let's just change the resolution to something reasonable. And alright, there we go. Is everything okay? We'll click right. I don't think everything's okay, if I'm going to be fully honest. Now the taskbar is like in the middle of the screen for some reason, but yeah, we have successfully changed the resolution, and now we can move on to task number 3, which is program FizzBuzz, compile and run it. And of course, before we do any of that, we need a text editor. So does it have like Vim or something? Doesn't have Vim. Does it have VI? Doesn't have VI. Does it have Nano? It does have Nano, but to be honest, that's kind of, I don't really like Nano all that much. So let's see if there's a built-in text editor. Oh, it actually comes with Genie, which is a C++ and C like IDE. So let's try that actually. We can create a new C file from here, like file save as. has, and in the home directory it's, you know, obviously quite a good amount of programs pre-installed, so it's a bit cluttered, but that's not really a problem. If we go to documents, I guess let's create a new directory called oh my god. I'm not used to the fact that this is not using Comac, but actually it should support that because it's a Linux system and there's really no reason for a Linux system to not support Comac. Is there no like keyboard layout? Can I at least change it through like the terminal or something? Wait, okay, let's go back to the desktop and see if I can do something like, I don't know, set xkb map. Yeah, and there we go. We actually have Comac set up, so that's pretty good. But I have to say, it's not very acceptable in my opinion that you have like an input device preferences and this keyboard and stuff, but then you don't have like configuration of keyboard layout, because that's a very typical thing. Yeah, really, I think the developers should add a possibility within this menu to change the keyboard layout. With that, let's call this file, let's call it fizzbuzz.cc. Let's program it in C++, shall we? Alright, and let's get programming. Alright, so this is the code for fizzbuzz, and this is completely correct. And before you tell me, oh, why aren't you including IOStream? Why aren't you using std C out? Well, I program in a very C-styled version of C++. It's just how I like to program, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with using a few printfs every now and then, and it's also fast. Let's save that out and close the IDE. Hopefully we should be able to go to the terminal and compile it. So let's navigate to that directory real quick. The tab complete doesn't work, is it? So it is case sensitive. I mean, that's an alright default. I tend to actually turn off the case sensitivity on the like tab complete in my terminal just because it's really annoying. Yeah, here we go. Fizzbuzz.cc. Does it have G++ pre-installed? It's not, but since it is Debian based, we can just do a quick sudo apt install G++. Okay, no. We probably should do sudo apt update first. Okay, failed to fetch HTTPS, whatever. So it's not signed or something. So it didn't work. I mean, let me just try again and see if this time it'll work. Yeah, it didn't. How are we gonna fix this? Okay, well, I mean, I guess it didn't finish updating the package registry, but whatever I did was enough to install G++, I suppose. So let's try that. All right, and here we go. So let's quickly compile this with a quick like that. Now that it's compiled, we can go ahead and run it, and looks to me like it's correct. So yeah, 1, 2, fizz, 4, buzz, fizz, and whatever, up until 15, which is fizzbuzz. So AmogOS passes the test. Now we can move on to point number 4, which is install a new program. And, you know, we did just do that technically because we installed the compiler, but that's honestly really boring. Let's try installing something that is not in the package registry. So maybe if we go to documents, let's try to install one of the programs that I've written. So yeah, a while ago I actually made this game called Cubic Jumping, and it's just a little sort of platformer thing based on, you know, SDL2. It's just a 2D game, and I want to see if this is able to build and run it. And alright, we don't have SDL2 installed. Let's just quickly apt install SDL2. SDL2, maybe it's a libSDL2? SDL2? It's a SDL2 devel, libSDL2 dev. I forget the package naming conventions on different operating systems, to be honest, but yeah, if we install libSDL2 dev, I assume this is gonna work and we'll be able to run my game, which, by the way, if you want to play it, is released on itch.io. Alright, let's try building it. Okay, actually the package config is not working for some reason. What do we need to do? I guess let's just add the flags manually. So there we go. Hopefully this will work now. Let's just put the quick -l SDL2. I also need to install the other tools. Man, what are the like Debian package names for SDL2 stuff? I need to search this up. Now if we build this, hopefully this will actually build this time. I really hope it does. Alright, so it has built it. Let's see if we can run it. And there we go. We've downloaded and built a program. Now I guess we can go ahead and try to install it by, I mean, how do we install this? We just like copy this to /user/bin, like sudo or something. Now if we run a new terminal, do we get it? And we do. Yeah, there we go. So we have my game actually up and running, and yeah, you can play it, so that's pretty good. Point number 5 as well is looking pretty good, because I mean, this is a game. Let me see if this is playable, and if it is, then I may just have to give it a 2 and 1 point. Man, it's been so long since I've worked on this game. I kind of barely even remember how anything is laid out. I'm actually surprised. It's not really that laggy. It actually runs pretty well. Like, apart from frame lag, apart from that, it actually, the like physics tick and everything is completely fine. Yeah, honestly, this actually seems to be working very well so so far. I'm quite happy. Point number 5, run a game, successfully completed. And with those two, we can move on to number 6, which is browse the internet. Actually, if we open the browser here, even the browser is like customized. There's a custom homepage for it. Search for sussy stuff. Among Us sus. Yeah, so it just redirects to searching through DuckDuckGo, which honestly is a completely reasonable default. In Among Us, sus is short for suspicious and is used to describe players who are believed to be imposters. Players often say things like, I'm sus of X, to express their doubts about someone's innocence in the game. Well, thank you AI summary, that's very useful. I would not have known without you. Can we go on the tierma.net website? That's the real question. And yes, we actually can. So yeah, point number 6, browse the internet is complete. Obviously, we are on Linux, so it's a little less impressive because you just use existing software and leverage the ecosystem, but still pretty good. Good that it supports it. And point number 7, on the other hand, is explore what makes it special. So, what makes this operating system special? The number 1 point is just, I mean, it's completely Among Us themed. We have the AmogOS with this little, like the little meme version of the imposter. And actually, on the home screen, I saw there's a few interesting things. Runme.html, actually. What is this? I am tempted to open this up in a text editor before opening it because I feel like it will just be another troll, but you know what? Against my better judgment, I'm opening it. Okay, yeah, no, I saw it at the top before it managed to play, so we're just gonna go ahead and quit out of that. That's pretty much exactly what I thought it would be. I was hoping otherwise, but it is just Rick Astley never gonna give you up. But yeah, back to the desktop. So Prism Launcher here. I actually use this program on my actual computer. This is just like a Minecraft launcher, so you can like sign into your Minecraft account and play. Yeah, it's good that it comes with that. I assume the target audience for Among Us and the target audience for Minecraft have a pretty significant overlap in my estimation. And that has Minecraft Pi. I actually have never heard of this program. MC Pi++. You know, I don't know. I'm just gonna click start game and I guess let's go on Skyblock. Okay, my mouse is really laggy. It is not updating correctly. This is going to be an absolute chore to do anything with. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and again, I move my mouse for like 1 second and then it just sends me off into the stratosphere. How does anyone play this? Maybe it's just really bad because of the virtual machine, but oh my. Let's see if I can make a cobblestone generator. And yeah, there we go. I have made a cobblestone generator. You know, my hand is a bit red, so that kind of begs the question, am I an Among Us crewmate right now? Yes, I am. So actually, the changes in this go even further than I thought. They've even taken this like a Minecraft Pi project and added their own customizations to it. So like by default, you're an Among Us crewmate. Frankly, I think that's enough of that. And we move on to sus IDE, or, oh, okay, my goodness, I misread this. I thought it said suicide.desktop. No, it says sus IDE.desktop. So an invalid desktop entry file. Let's see at least what it like points to, so maybe I can try to run it myself. So apparently there's something called /alt/suside editor/suside. Oh, it's just called suside now. You know, I think maybe this will even be fixed if I just do that. And yeah, there we go. See, now it's actually starting up with a pretty rudimentary fix. Oh my goodness, suside. Is this actually just like a VS Code reskin or something? I mean, it's not VS Code. It doesn't really look like it, but what is this? GAS? I actually don't know what this is. Is this like a popular text editor or something that they've customized for themselves? If this has syntax highlighting, then you know what? It's not even that bad of a text editor. Okay, so there's a light theme and a dark theme. Oh, advanced. So there's Git integration, but somehow no syntax highlighting. I mean, maybe that's with the LSP integration. I don't have an LSP server installed. If I have to configure all this stuff, then I'm not going to use it out of the box, and I'm just going to stick with Genie, which automatically supports everything I want to have here. But yeah, that's the sus IDE or suside. That's actually really cool. There's a lot of Among Us themed customizations here. If I had to really summarize what makes this operating system special, is after all that it's just a gimmick Among Us operating system. I mean, I think people who have heard of this operating system, who maybe seen it, probably already know it, but it's definitely an interesting sort of parody OS. But yeah, that is point number 7 of the operating system task list completed. And now we can move on to point number 8, which is power off and reboot. Usually I just power it off and reboot it, and if it comes back on, then well, yeah, it works. But in this case, actually, I selected, if you remember at the very beginning, I selected the option for disk persistence. That kind of gives me the impression that if I power this off and I run it again, some of my stuff will be saved. Like I have in the files, I have my documents, and I have my programs, my FizzBuzz, I have my game installed. So I'm actually going to make this operating system go even further, and I'm not going to give it the point unless all this stuff is still here. Are you sure you want to restart? restarting the computer in 60 seconds. Yes, and it is restarting. Alright, and it said booting from hard disk, boot failed, not a bootable disk. Yeah, I don't know why virt-manager does this. It's really annoying actually, like when I want to reinsert the boot disk, but for some reason, when you have like the virtual hard disk, that it has it there, and then it has the boot disk, it just like ejects it. There we go, AmogOS. And if we run it now, yes, we do get run AmogOS file persistence and live USB. And this is the moment of truth. This determines whether or not the OS gets a point. Oh, okay, the resolution is back to what it was before. It's not 1920 by 1080 anymore. It's not looking so good for the OS. And no, file persistence just doesn't work for some reason. And for that reason, even though, you know, technically it is a bit unfair, I'm adding another requirement to the OS sort of on the fly, but you know, shut up, it's my channel, I can do what I want. I am going to give this operating system a fail for point number 8, power off and reboot. And with that, we move on to number 9, which is check the style. And is the style good? I think I have sort of the same answer as Pony OS. The style on this is decidedly not good. Like, it's just not nice. But honestly, I'm not really that upset because it's not really trying to be nice. It's trying to just be Among Us. And with that, it is certainly succeeding. It is what it says on the tin. I have to give it the point for number 9. And so we move on to point number 10, which is to destroy the sucker. Now, you guys know the drill. It's a live CD. Like, we're running off a live CD, so there's not really any way we can permanently destroy the system such that we'd have to like reinstall everything or whatever, because we technically didn't really install anything to begin with. But still, let's go ahead and try to destroy something. Now, we've been doing a lot of file deletions, and I think they're getting a bit stale. So now that we know we can browse the internet, let's go ahead and search from the homepage. Interesting ways to destroy Linux systems. Never run these 10 Linux commands that can destroy your system. Okay, let's find a new dangerous Linux command. Dangerous Linux commands you should never use in production. So if you could use this as a hobbyist, but you should never use it in production on professional, you know, software. Oh, here's an interesting one. Kill-9-1. Okay, let's try kill-9-1. We gotta go ahead and run this and see if it does anything. Well, I can say it did definitely do something, but not irreparably, and the system immediately just came back. So, pretty disappointing. Maybe it just isn't meant to be. I know I could just run the old sudo rm-rf-no preserve root /, but honestly, I feel like if I can't find a unique way to destroy this operating system in an interesting way, now what's even the point? And either way, you know, it is a live CD. We can't destroy it permanently, as we saw in the Pony OS release. Yeah, for number 10, destroy the sucker. I guess I'm just gonna have to give it a fail. So yeah, thanks for watching my operating system review. I definitely enjoyed making this one. The AmogOS operating system was just very fun. You know, I like these themed operating systems, but I think in the future I would prefer to do more standalone operating systems rather than Linux distros. I tend to find those videos are just a little bit more interesting, but yeah, if you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And you know what? That'll be all.